Hello everybody and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Today, once again, I am bringing you another one of those battles I had for my April Fool's live stream. And of course, that day I allowed anything goes, was pretty much the only rule I had that day. There was no rules allowed. There were just no rules whatsoever. Not even endless battle clause and stuff like that. So, I built a bunch of teams for that day, and one of those I built around 6 Hippowdon. As you guys know, we used to be called Hippo, and that was pretty much our mascot, and it still pretty much is. Even as HLD Productions, you know, we still have like Lucha in our background, and then just other mons that we liked, you know, growing up. So, anyway, so I built around 6 Hippowdons, a bunch of different cool sets. I have just a max defense stealth rock with Rocky helmet. I have a Spadef toxic stall set, or it's like a mixed defensive toxic stall set. I have a choice banded set with sand force, take advantage of the sand. That the toxic stall one does have the smooth rock. I have a careful natured hippo, which is toxic ice fiend. It's like a mixed defensive set once again. More Spadef than anything else. Just, you know, another stand setter. Assault vest, stand force, which is pretty much max attack, pretty much almost. And then I have a full Spadef hippo with curse. So a bunch of different sets to work with here. He's got a pretty mixed team. PokemonPrime. He's got Ariados. He's got Mimikyu, Jirachi, Gyarados, which is probably Mega, Landorus, T, and Muck. So, I mean, I have a pretty good matchup heading into this thing, assuming that it's Scarf Jirachi, not like a Z Happy Hour or like maybe even Banded. Sword Dance Mimikyu can be an issue, but it's the fact that it's so weak, it doesn't really, you know, like even with Sword Dances, like I guess it can hit harder with Life Orb, but it still doesn't hit that hard. And then of course Gyarados is the biggest threat to the team. Landorus is somewhat annoying, but I have Ice Vein coverage, so it shouldn't be big of a deal. Of course Muck is kind of screwed in this matchup here, and I know Jirachi should be too, but it can be very annoying. So, you know, it was a pretty good match. I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's go ahead and get started here. And once again, hope you guys hit the like button just for activity, because you know we don't really get much activity on our videos, you know, likes and comments. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and go ahead and get started here. So I am challenged by Pokemon Trainer Prime. Of course, you can guess that I'm probably going to lead Hippowdon. I'm actually going to lead with my Rocky Helmet Hippowdon, as he's going to lead with his Ariados. So I'm pretty much assuming he's going to go for the sticky webs here. And the sticky webs don't really mean much in this matchup because I'm slower than all of his Pokemon. So because Hippowdon's very, very slow. So he goes for Poison Jab, which is kind of interesting to me. You know, I guess he's going for the Poison turn 1. Of course, my Rocky Helmet damage is going to do more to him than he did to me. I go for my Stealth Rocks here. And Stealth Rocks is going to be very important for this game, just to get chip damage on that Gyarados and Landorus. You know, and break potential sashes if he has it on anything else, which I doubt it. So you get to jab again. Again, I guess he's trying to go for the Poison here, as he does get it here on this turn. As I can go for my Earthquake on this turn and do decent amount of damage to his Ariados. I thought it would kill, honestly, because the Ariados is weak, but it is neutral, and I have no investment, so you know, what can you do? So I just go ahead and go ahead and go for the Slack Off here, because it's the best play, because I can get it up to full again, knowing that he's gonna attack me, and even if he went for webs, he was gonna die to sand anyway. So it was the best play for me, and of course I can go ahead and get up to nearly full. You know, the poison is gonna go ahead and prevent that, but it's close enough, so that's pretty much all that matters. So I'm back at full pretty much, and now he's free to bring in whatever else he wants to. Again, I'm afraid of that Gyarados, because even though I have, you know, Hippowdon's very defensively bulky, with after like a Dragon Dance or two can easily just sweep my team. So fortunately he comes in on rocks, and here I had to click Slack Off. I could have went for Earthquake predicting like a Mega, but that would have been too risky, so I had to click Whirlwind here. I'm not running Edgequake, I'm running just Whirlwind. I guess he predicted maybe a Stone Edge and wanted the Mega, and I am -1 anyway, so I do go for the Whirlwind here. Of course he's going to Mega Evolve, and he's actually going to click the Waterfall, not Dragon Dance. So I guess he didn't want to risk me having that, but fortunately I do have my Rocky Helmet still on me, and I can get some nice chip damage on that Gyarados, and I can actually get the Whirlwind off, do not flinch. And this is very good for me, because now Gyarados is getting very, very low, and if I can knock it out somehow, then my Hippowdon definitely have a chance of winning this game. So my defensive Hippo is doing work, so he brings in his Landorus, the Whirlwind brings in the Landorus T, get another another attack drop, so my -2 attack now. I'm getting very low with Toxic, so here, I wanted to go ahead and go for Slack Off here, just so I can save this Hippo, just as long as I can. And his knockoff actually is not able to kill my Hippo, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, it does knock off my Rocky Helmet, which was very nice for that Gyarados, but at least my Hippo is able to last another turn and potentially deal some more damage with the Stealth Rock. chip. So sand does go away here. Not that it really matters because Landorus is in anyway. So here I'm going for the whirlwind because again I don't have Earth Edgequake. So he actually decides to swap out here. I guess he's Toy Scarf, judging from what he did there. So he brings in his Muck, which was interesting. I mean, I'm at -2 attack, so I guess it was a safe play for him. And let's face it, Muck isn't doing anything in this game. So do whirlwind, and unfortunately for me, it brings in Gyarados. The only fortunate part is that again it does take rocks. So I guess I have to just click whirlwind here, as I do in this battle, and I can just sack this Hippowdon off. But this Hippowdon did a ton of work. I knocked out Ariados, got up rocks, did a lot of chip on Gyarados, and it got some decent chip on that Mach, and a decent chip on Landorus. So this lead Hippo just definitely did a lot of work here. So next I bring in my Toxic Stall Hippo, which is mixed defensive set. And here I'm just going to get my sand set up because I do have my Smooth Rock, and I can take advantage of my Sand Force hitters. And here he goes for Waterfall, of course, what do you expect? He doesn't choose Dragon Dance, which is interesting to me. I tried to go for Toxic, which was probably a misplay. Probably should have went for the Earthquake just to get damage, but I do have Protect on this set, so that's kind of why I wanted to go for it. Well, because I don't have leftovers on this set, it probably wasn't the best play for me. So, again, this is kind of just a waste of a turn because I missed my Toxic, and Gyarados, unfortunately, is able to knock out another Hippo here with his second Waterfall. So this Hippo pretty much did nothing. Again, I probably should click Wait to get the damage off, but I figured Toxic Protect was the easier route. But again, this battle happened April 1st, so I'm not sure why I did it. But anyway, so now I can bring in my Choice Bandit Hippo because I wanted to guarantee a kill on this thing. So I could have brought in like another Hippo, like my Assault Vest one, but I wanted to save Assault Vest for later for some reason. I don't know why I did, but my Hippo's able to knock out this thing easily. Of course, this is Adamant, Choice Band, Sand Force, Earthquake, so this would have killed it probably like almost from full. So anyways, his Gyarados finally drops, and now there's some hope because his Landers can't really break through these Hippo. It's pretty much up to his Swords Dance, Mimikyu, and his Jirachi. So here I do actually opt to, I believe, save this Hippowdon for later. On his, yeah, I do switch out into my, this is like a Spadef Hippo, full Spadef Hippo with Toxic Ice Fang, and I do have Ice Fang on this Hippo, so I figured none of his hits were going to two-shot my Hippo, so I'm pretty much safe to switch out. And as you can see, it barely, it's not a two-shot. I can get my leftovers back, and because I'm not intimidated, this Ice Fang will actually knock out the Landers from here. So, and I was fortunate to catch him off guard too, because Hippowdon actually does get the Elemental Fangs, and I had it on some of my sets, so I'm actually able to go for the Ice Fang here and knock out his Landorus, which is very nice. So now he's down to his Jirachi, Mimikyu, and Muck. Muck's pretty much worthless, and Jirachi is kind of an issue if his Serene Grace has become very annoying. So here he brings in his Mimikyu, which is kind of terrifying, because if he can Sword Dance up, he can probably break through my Hippo, but I know that I can probably live a lot of hits, so just go for the SD here, as I have to click Earthquake. I don't have Whirlwind on this set. Slack off Toxic Earthquake Ice Fang on this set. I think I only have Whirlwind like on one or two of them. Maybe just one, maybe just the first one, so you know, it is what it is. So do break into skies, and here I'm just gonna go ahead and try and click Earthquake again and pray that I live a Shadow Claw, but even at this range, considering I'm Spadef, it wasn't gonna take the Shadow Claw, so he got Lefty's back, not that it really matters, but and he can just go for a Shadow Claw and knock me out. And so here I look for his item, look for a potential Life Orb. I don't see a Life Orb. So here I just brought in my Assault Vest Hippo, and I made a play. I made a play here. I immediately doubled into my Bandit Hippo, which took a lot of damage earlier, predicting a Z move on his part because I didn't see an item, and he does go for the I think it's Never Ending Nightmare. Never Ending Nightmare, yeah. Let's see if I got it right. I don't really see this too often, so yeah, Never Ending Nightmares, yeah. He does go for the Z move, and it's actually able just to be wasted on my Hippo, which is really good. So it's really good that I saved that Hippo, because that last Hippo was Assault Vest, like Adamant. It was my only offensive Hippo left on the team. So it was good that I was able to call that Z move there, because again, it saved my offensive Hippo for later. So I do bring it in now. This is Adamant Assault Vest Hippo Sand Force. There's no sand, you can see. As it goes for the play rough here, it does a decent amount of damage to me, but like I said, maybe he's so weak. It's +2 play rough, does nothing. This Hippo has like very little investment in health. I mean, it has a lot of investment, but like there's no defensive investment like any whatsoever. So it just proves how weak the editing is. So here he brings in Jirachi, and I guess the reason why he brought it in is because he has Ice Punch. I mean, Muck doesn't do much to me anyway, but he does go for the Ice Punch here, and I actually do tank the Ice Punch, and I don't get frozen, so I'm actually able to break through and kill this Jirachi with the Adamant Earthquake, and pretty much win the game because Muck is the last one left, and I still have a full health Curse Hippo in the back that can kill Earthquake, so that's going to end the game there. So yeah, again, the huge play there was going for the double into my Hippo, predicting the Z move, because again, not having my offensive Hippo would prevent me to killing that Jirachi, because my careful Hippo couldn't kill it in one hit, and Hacks was always in. I mean, I guess I could have won without Hacks, without that offensive Hippo, but it definitely would have been a lot tougher from that thing. So it's a good game to PokemonPrime. Let's go for the knockoff there. Gets the poison. Well, not really matters, but I'm able to kill this Muck with an Earthquake, so that is going to be a good game. So I was really happy I can get a win with this full Hippowdon team, given how it's like so, you know, bad. But my coverage was able to help out. I mean, this team was able to match up well, thankfully, on his team. He really didn't have a special attacker that can break through Hippo. Like, all of them were physical attackers. That's what he told me when we battled. But again, the key was knocking out Gyarados early, and just being able to preserve my bulk to take on his physical attackers. But I guess I hope you guys enjoyed, and that was pretty much the end of the two battle gimmicks. Next two battles, or the next battles, will I think be serious ones. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.